As we know, our globe lies to us. And if you didn't know that our globe lies to us, let me tell you why. Some countries on our globe look way bigger than what they actually are, whereas other countries look way smaller than what they actually are. For example, Australia. This is Australia on the map. As we know, it is a very big country. However, the extent of how big Australia actually is mind-blowing, and that is what we're going to be covering in today's video. So for our first example, here is Australia. Australia, yeah, looks very big down here. I mean, it's one of the biggest countries in the world. But then when you whack over here into Europe, it is absolutely humongous. The size of Australia is absolutely insane. It goes from the United Kingdom all the way over to Georgia, Turkey, Lebanon, Israel. It is absolutely insane. Even when you move Australia over to the States, it is literally almost as big as America. I'm actually not sure what country's bigger. Wait. Is Australia bigger than America? That is insane. And this is because the globe is obviously round, so things look bigger when they're at the top of the axis or the bottom. So Australia just looks absolutely humongous wherever it goes. Look at that. If it was in the North Atlantic Ocean, it's pretty much a bridge between Africa and the United States of America. It is insane. And I'm about to blow your mind once more. This is obviously Australia, as we've been talking about. This is Greenland. Greenland looks like it dwarfs 99% of these countries in the world. It even looks a little bit bigger than Russia. Yeah? Watch this. Australia in Greenland, it's off the map. Look at the size of Australia if you move it up here. It is literally, it covers the whole earth. But then down here, it looks tiny again. Like, it just does not make any sense. Another country that's a little bit like this is Chile. Obviously here we have Chile in South America, and look at the size and length of Chile here, yeah? It looks absolutely huge. But then when you move it over here, look at the size of it. It is longer than Europe. It's as long width-wise as Russia, and it goes into China from the top of Russia. It can go from Mexico through the entirety of the United States and then finish off in Canada. Now, moving on to the big boy, the United States of America. It is absolutely massive, or so you think. This is the states moved over to Africa. Look at this, ready? Looks absolutely huge, covers all of Europe, dwarfed. Absolutely dwarfed. The size of Africa is insane. I mean, just look at that. It is absolutely dwarfed by everything. Oh my God. This is America we're talking about here. I mean, even when you bring America over here to Australia, the size difference is kind of crazy because they look pretty much identical. I think the States is a little bit bigger overall, but still, the size of Australia is not to be overlooked. But then what shocks me the most is how much Russia is such a catfish. Look at this, ready? This is the United States of America. Bring it over to Russia's spot, and it looks double the size. It looks humongous. Obviously, Russia is still the biggest country on the planet, but it's not as big as what you'd think. Speaking of big countries, we're moving on to the United Kingdom. Here we are. We can move over to Europe. We're pretty much the exact same size. We come down into Africa, and we are absolutely tiny. We are so small. We are smaller than the country of Chad, the country of Sudan, the country of Libya. South Sudan we're probably smaller than. I think we're smaller than every African country. It is insane. But then if you bring us up to Greenland, we look humongous. Greenland's a catfish, man. What the hell? Greenland's been catfishing me my entire life. Canada, we get dwarfed. America, we get dwarfed. Mexico, we get dwarfed. Brazil, dwarfed. Argentina, dwarfed. Madagascar, sort of dwarfed. Australia, dwarfed. Mongolia, dwarfed. China, dwarfed. We're just tiny. We're the tiniest country. We're actually so small. What you can see on the screen right now is India, China, and America, all on the continent of Africa. And look how much room there is left on Africa. All of this is uncovered space, and we have America, India, and China on the continent. Africa is humongous. Anyway, this is what Russia looks like on top of Africa. It is so much smaller. It is genuinely insane. Oh my God. Russia is large enough to connect 4 different continents. What? That is insane. No, that is genuinely nuts. I mean, just look at that. It can connect North America, South America, Africa, and Europe, stretching across the North Atlantic Ocean. That is insane. We know China is absolutely humongous, but how does it rank when it goes onto the equator? Not as big as what I thought. Wait, what? Only a little bit bigger than Australia? Is it smaller than Brazil? This is the question of the day. No, it's not. No, it's not. Brazil's smaller, but still, it's close. The globe just lies. The globe just loves to lie, doesn't it? Let's be honest. Look, this is China everywhere. It's like big, small, big, small, big, small. That's all I've learned from this. Everywhere you go is either bigger than what you think or smaller than what you think. So here's Iceland. Let's put it on Greenland. It looks humongous. Let's bring it down to the equator. It is tiny. That is a little small island. But over here, it looks like a mountain of a country. This doesn't make any sense. It's smaller than Madagascar. It's smaller than the UK. Why does it look so big? These countries are so much smaller than what you think. Look at that. You can barely see it. My mouse nearly covers Iceland. I think it's time to compare India to our closest countries. We have India on Europe and it is humongous. Okay, fair enough. India on top of Europe looks huge. We bring it down to Australia, it looks tiny. And then we bring it to Africa, it looks even smaller. Saudi Arabia looks sort of middle-sized in the middle there. So let's see what it looks like in comparison to Europe. Bang. No way. It is huge. No, it's actually massive. It's actually massive. Look at it compared to the States. That covers Nebraska, South Dakota, Iowa, Missouri, Kansas, Oklahoma, Arkansas, Tennessee, Kentucky, Indiana, Wyoming, Colorado, Texas. Oh my God, it's even in Montana. I mean, look at it here. Vegas, San Diego, Los Angeles, New Mexico, Nevada. What the hell? Why is Saudi Arabia so big? Right, here we have Greenland. Looks pretty big. Bring it over to Canada. Still pretty big. Bring it over to the States. Still kind of large. Whack it into Africa. Where's it gone? Where's it gone? Where's it gone? I mean, to be fair, it's still a big country, but it's nowhere near as big as what you'd expect. I do feel like my life has been kind of a lie. Mongolia, for example. I've never thought Mongolia to be an absolutely humongous country. As you can see, here, looks kind of small, doesn't look massive. Chuck it up here, it looks humongous. Bring it to Europe, it covers the whole thing. Do you see what I mean? I feel like my life's been a lie. Kazakhstan, let's have a look. Kazakhstan doesn't look that big. Bring it to Russia, it is humongous. Bring it over to Europe. Where's Europe gone? I just don't understand this. Bring Kazakhstan down back to Africa. Where's it gone? It's tiny again. Like, globes make no sense. When you put Kazakhstan next to Australia, Kazakhstan has been dwarfed. But then when you bring it off to the North Atlantic Ocean, it looks massive. And then when you bring it up to Greenland, it looks even bigger. So if this video has taught you anything, it's literally to not believe in the globe. The globe is a lie, and there's countries that are bigger than what you think and countries that are smaller than what you think. If you want me to do a part 2, leave some country suggestions down below in the comments. Make sure you subscribe, and bye.